joined the army at the age of 11 when we had a war in our country whereby many people lost their lives. In that situation in the bush, in the middle of the bush, with the killings and surviving lots of death, God found me and He called me to serve Him.
Much of the country, for whatever reason, is neglected. People are neglected. And then there's this grinding poverty that comes from a number of sources. Somebody once asked me, what is the root of the poverty? And from my observation and discussions with people who live there all their life, one of the problems is the bad roads. And as crazy as that might sound to some, often what happens is that the roads are so bad that the people cannot get their produce, what they grow, what they produce, to the market because there is no way to get it there. And then, for instance, they might find somebody with a truck to go and pick up the stuff and take it to market. But because the roads are so bad, the fees they charge to get it there mean that they get virtually nothing for their produce. In 2010, around about April, May, Joash was visiting Australia and he spent some time in our house. And one day at our table, in frustration, he picked up the phone book or went to the internet, I'm not sure which he did, and searched for something or somebody in the local area that had the same name as his organisation in Uganda. And so he looked up Elim Church. And when he looked up Elim Church, he found a contact with the Romanian church here in Brisbane. He got on the phone and a wonderful young man from the Romanian church here in Brisbane answered the phone, talked to him, listened to him, and opened the door for Joash into the fellowship of the Romanian church here in Brisbane. But not only that, they then organised a team of people and substantial amounts of money to help Joash in the work that he's doing in Uganda. In December of 2010, a team of Romanians went to Uganda to visit the African kangaroo, to meet him, to work with him, to see where he lived, to help with the houses, to help with the children, to help with the projects. What we stepped into when we went to visit Joash and the children, the orphanage, so to speak, was indeed just this amazing family. It was a group of Joash and 30 children or so who functioned and worked together just as a family. To be honest, I had a difficult time trying to understand how that could even function. But the minute we stepped into Chibolga and went over to meet the children and were greeted by them, wrapping their arms around our legs and just taking and carrying everything for us and wanting to talk to us and wanting us to get to know them, was just the most amazing experience. They call us Mummy and Daddy, and still do. Joash just doesn't work on his own. He is part of the Elim Church Fellowship, and Chibolga Elim Church is a major part of what they do. But perhaps the larger part is an organisation called FOAPLUC, and that stands for the Foundation for Orphans, Widows, the Elderly, and people living with HIV/AIDS. Chibolga, his life, his work, and the team of people he has around him in FOAPLUC and the other things that they do there is helping the people find love and some peace and some joy in the midst of all of this, and finding again the hope to build their lives.
Unfortunately, my mom also died when I was just 4 years old.
I remember long ago I was not studying. I was there at home sitting, doing nothing.
Their life had been hard, that their backgrounds were ones of being truly orphaned or neglected or abused.
And when these people came, they saw how squeezed we are. They decided to buy this land. And here is the land where we propose to put the church, the schools, and we really want to thank God for giving us this all land, about 6 acres, to put on all our dream here.
We're so aware that the team could never have done what they did without the generosity of so many people within the Romanian Church Network and of Hope Mission. And I know send out so much rejoicing in the people here in Australia. It warmed their hearts, it warmed the hearts of the team, and certainly it has warmed the hearts of the children and Joash. We know that as you get to know the children, As you contribute, as you hear the stories of their lives, as you see the progress and as you hear the needs, we have no doubt that your hearts will be touched and that you also will become part of the work, and more than that, you'll become part of the Falklark family.
Pastor Joash has been a good dad in the absence of our father. Even by now, I can't say that there is any other dad apart from him.
I was working alone all those past years, but today I have a family.
He's widely known, he's widely respected. The hospital and the police will ring him and say, "Joash, can you take one of these children?" And his answer has never been no. He always says yes.
Really now my life is changing and I'm having a very bright future.
That love is what puts a smile on their face. And even if they don't have food, they all don't have food together. And if they don't eat, Joash doesn't eat. And they laugh together, and they play together, and they pray together, and they worship together.
My life is changed because now I do go to school, studying. Now I wish to complete my O level. Now my life is changing.
They are finding in that place the love they need to live their lives and to move out into the world and to go to university, maybe to be a lawyer, maybe to become a teacher. They have these dreams, and part of it is because Joash has a dream and everything he does works towards that dream. And when you go there, you realise that Joash is working to that dream. Everything he does is a step towards building the lives of these young people. Sometimes I'll sit down and just listen to one of the young people talk, and you know, the thing that stands out above all others for virtually all of the children is when we came to this place, we were loved, and that love makes all the difference.
We are looking ahead to construction, whereby we need a lot of materials. So it is a stage where we need many hands, many help. The more we go on, the bigger it becomes. The work is so big, but what is done so far is so great. It's a very good beginning.
He smiles and he says to me, "You see, I'm building the future of Uganda. I'm building this nation's future leaders."
Pajama. May the good Lord be with us. Bye-bye.